Hi, and welcome to Thursday Online Devotion. My name is Laurie Lineberry, and I'm the Director of Laity at Willowbrook United Methodist Church. Every week, Pastor Steve, Pastor Ruth, Pastor Gary, or I will be bringing you a midweek devotional. And we're excited about this new way to connect with you during this time when we can't get together in person. This week we're going to talk about isolation. Isolation as a gift. In last Sunday's sermon, Pastor Gary shared about the Apostle John's time of exile on the island of Patmos, which is off the coast of Asia Minor, currently Turkey. While it was a punishment, this time of isolation was also a gift to John, allowing him to receive the visions of revelation from Jesus. Isolation. Until this pandemic, I hadn't really thought much about isolation. I could withdraw from life for short periods of time when I needed to re-energize, or I needed to spend time thinking through complex or emotional issues that I was facing. That time was always short, and it was under my control. No one told me when to isolate, where to isolate, who I could isolate with, and when I could leave isolation. Since March, many of this country and the world has been in some sort of mandatory lockdown, which has created a forced isolation, an extended isolation period. For a while it was really renewing. It was a time to slow down and smell the flowers, spend time together as families, an opportunity to get caught up with things that we just didn't seem to find the time to do until we had all this time in isolation. Time seemed to stand still. Our air became cleaner with fewer people driving each day. Families ate dinner together on a regular basis. They took walks, played games, grew stronger in spending time together. Yet, this gift of isolation, it's a two-edged sword. Grocery shopping suddenly became an extreme challenge. We couldn't spend time with our friends or our church families. Weddings that had been planned for months had to be canceled or significantly reduced in size and venue. People that you wanted at your wedding wouldn't be able to attend. Birthday celebrations, well, they were postponed. Graduations, they became a solo act instead of the fanfare that usually comes with that significant step in a young adult's life. Travel plans, well, forget those. They were eliminated. All tickets were canceled. Nobody was going anywhere. We also couldn't attend worship service or support groups or book studies or anything else. We struggled with news that we got on the television that was conflicting and giving us answers of what was happening with this pandemic and when could we leave this isolation. And we isolated some more. Through all this, we discovered that God made us resilient and compassionate and helpful and giving. We discovered that the church is not the building. We knew this all along, right? The church is truly the people. Many churches that had never considered producing an online presence of Bible studies or worship services grew and discovered ways to reach out to their church family members. And surprisingly, to new people who suddenly had access to church in an unthreatening way. People in the church began regularly calling to check on each other. People wrote letters. They sent packages. Necessities were dropped off on people's front porches. We cared for each other and took care of each other. And friends, our work is not done. There are still those among us that don't have access to electronic connection and continue to miss out. So I leave you with a challenge. How will you reach out to your Willowbrook family members? We each have a part to play. What role will you choose? Letter writing? Phone calling? Front door deliveries? Drive-by celebrations? I look forward to hearing about the many ways you make Willowbrook strong during this time of isolation. Remember, isolation, it's a gift. Amen.